What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another The MorphinCast by Red Cyclone Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by Tenacious T.
I am always here.
The man with many names.
The man with too many AKAs.
What's going on, buddy?
But ain't shit, man. Just got a little touchy cast today.
Yeah, so let's let's not even be around the bush. It happened about late November. We lost probably, I will say, he is what Batman is to DC. He is to Power Rangers. What Spider-Man is to Marvel, he is to Power Rangers. We lost Jason David Frank, aka the original Green Ranger, the White Ranger, Red Ranger, Tommy Oliver,
Black Ranger,
the Black Ranger, the other Red Ranger, because he was two different Red Rangers. Lord Draken.
He's been so many different things. I'm pretty sure he held the record for the longest running character in a television series.
Could be.
You know what I mean?
But
no, I'm pretty sure.
Not continuous though.
No, not continuous, but in multiple series. You know what I mean? Like he holds. I'm pretty sure I read something recently about that he holds the record for the longest running character in like different series. You know what I mean? Like I know there's shows out there like that has been going on longer than
it makes sense
Power
though.
Rangers
That actually does make sense though. Probably for
like
kids.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking in general. I'm pretty sure. I gotta look that up. I'm gonna fact check that.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's very, very, very sad. It's one of those things that really, like, I truly feel like I lost a family member, man. Like it when it happened, like I woke up and I was in the bathroom and my brother comes walking by and he was like, "Yo, Jason David Frank died." I was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? And my heart immediately went into my stomach, and I just and then I Googled it, and there wasn't really too much stuff that was out.
Yeah.
It was just like this one little thing, and I was like, "That's not enough for me. It's not enough." And then multiple sources started coming.
I think it was until like fellow Rangers actually started saying it and actually talking about it is when I started believing it. When TMZ announced it, I was like, you know what? You said Kobe Bryant was dead way before he was even dead. So, you know what? I don't trust you.
They actually got in trouble because they did announce that Kobe Bryant died, and then he died. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah, so I don't trust their news source and things like that. So so when we were talking about it, when you hit me up, we hit each other up, and we were like just fucking depressed and shit. I'm like, I'm hoping it's not fucking true. I hope it's like that Carlton Banks shit that they fucking did, and they faked it, even though it's fucked up. They said that he's dead, but he shouldn't. It's still fucked up.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that was a fucking fucked up joke, but it wasn't, and it happened to be reality. Once Johnny Bosch said something. Johnny Bosch is very close to Jason David Frank. So once he said something, Walter Jones said something.
It was Walter that did it.
And then it was like a lot of the Rangers started talking about it. So, and we lost Jason David Frank, and 49 years old, young dude. It makes you think. Check on people. Check on your friends, check on things, because he passed away suicide. So you don't know what the hell was going on in his head. You don't know what was going on throughout the whole thing, but
it just hurts my heart, man. Like he was just. I don't know. It's like, 'cause I watch a lot of this stuff, and it's like what gets me upset, and I understand the public reaction to like people mourning celebrity deaths and stuff like that. Like I get how people be like, like, why are you taking it so hard type of stuff. Like I'm like, first and foremost, when it comes to me, yes, he was my childhood idol. You know what I mean? Like my name is Tommy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like when I was a kid, when this first came out, I'm pretty sure a majority of Power Ranger fans was completely wowed by the Green Ranger. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And emulated him and idolized him, and everybody had their favorite Ranger. I get the child aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as growing up, and you know what I mean, and then following him, being excited to see him appear in different shows and stuff like that, and continuing to follow his career, and then linking up with you, and then
Yeah.
sparking back up the whole Power Ranger thing, bro. We've been literally, this March will be our 8th anniversary
Yeah.
of, 7th or 8th anniversary. I forget which
It'll be the
one.
7th.
Yeah, the seventh anniversary, and we've been podcasting about this for 7 years. So I get when people talk crap about, hey, you didn't know him. I'm like, but you don't know my level of involvement. You know what I mean?
Sadly.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't know it. Like, I went to Comic-Con and I met him. You know what I mean? Like, when I met him, the second I got online, my bad, I'm gonna go on a rant real quick. Second I got online, literally it was a 3-hour waiting line. I met him the second I got online
Yeah.
because
He
he
was good
ran
like that.
down. You know what I mean? Like, we had like a 1-minute conversation real quick. And I'm sitting there like, wow, I got halfway through the line. I met him again. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, how you holding up? I'm like, yo, I'm tired. He's like, yeah, I'm tired too. He's like, grabs my hand. He's like, we're going to get through this together. I'm like, awesome. I get to the end of the line. And I'm like, bro, I gave him a gift. I'm like, bro, you've been my idol since I was a kid. Like, you are a god to me. You know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those days. So, like, when people tell me that I shouldn't take things to heart like that, like, I'm like, I understand it, but
Yeah.
you don't understand my level of
Nah,
involvement
I
with
got
it.
you. I actually, no, I have my personal things with him as well. I worked with him. I actually got to know him. Went to dinner with him. My friend Sony. I did a cosplay with her, and we were just hired to be the Rangers right behind people. That's pretty much what we did. If you during, I'll say this was before I was working in Metro North, so it was I think 2012, 2011. If you took a picture with Jason David Frank and there was a Green Ranger and a female Green Ranger, that was me and her. So if you have a copy, that was me in the suit, and I was fucking hot as hell, and I was talking shit to him every single time I took a picture because I was like, "Yo, you making this line longer, man? Okay, stop. Let's chill out."
All right, let's
Um,
hurry this up.
he was amazing, dude. He was very talkative. That saying, um, don't meet your heroes because they might not turn out the way you want them to be. That was the total
Yeah.
opposite. He was everything that I
Oh,
thought he would be.
1,000%. I completely agree
Yeah.
with that.
And I had a lot of conversations with him. I got to talk to him. I got to have dinner with him, and he was just such a positive energy and stuff like that. And this was during the time he just started doing signings. He wasn't doing signings before this, so he was just starting. This was, I think, his second New York Comic Con, and then he did Big Apple Comic Con. So I know for a fact in New York he only did like 3 cons. Before this, he did things in Texas, but he rarely did like signings and stuff like that. He was at MMA. He was doing the MMA stuff. So this is when during that time, and I remember him having the cross saying Jesus don't tap out, and that was one of the things I
Yeah.
remember. And I thought he was like, damn, he's mad religious now too. But remember that
Yeah,
was something.
I hate seeing those photos with that tattoo, man,
Yeah,
because it's like a punch to the gut. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Because in all reality, he didn't live up
yeah,
to that statement, which I get it.
yeah,
You literally, and I mean, you look at all the really overly positive people.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, some of them are truly haunted on the
yeah,
inside and don't really know. Like, they don't show the demons. Look at Robin Williams. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, we all know throughout his history that he's had problems and stuff like that, but he was an overly positive person.
There's
You
a
know what I mean? It's like, those are the ones that do it.
there's a podcast. I'll send you the link to it. It was the dude that played Lex Luthor on Smallville. He was also
Yeah,
Flash,
and he was in a whole bunch of stuff. I know
but he
exactly
was
what you're
Flash.
talking
He was the
about.
voice of Flash, and he played Lex Luthor on Smallville. He has a
Yeah,
podcast, Mike Ranabom or something like that. Ranabom? I don't remember. I can't look at
I'm
it right
pretty
now.
sure he was in like Scream 2 or
So
something like that.
he has a podcast with Kevin Conroy in it, and I listened to this when Kevin Conroy passed away. But I listened to it, and Kevin Conroy was roommates with Robert Williams. He actually has a really crazy story about Robert Williams on that cast, and he talked about how crazy he is, like 3 o'clock in the morning, talking to himself and fucking arguing with himself, and rehearsing it, but arguing with himself and shit like that. Like he actually talks about how intense he was when he did things and when he was quiet, when there was too much quiet, like how intense he got. So there's a lot of things. Like again, you never know where someone's mentality is. So like I said, always check on your friends, check on people that
Yeah.
are not doing so well and things like that. We kind of always try to get each other's back. I always say a personal thing too. It's like,
I mean,
yeah,
that strikes personally
yeah,
with me. You know,
yeah, yeah,
I deal with my own depression and stuff
yeah,
like that, but I have a lot of positive influences in my
yeah,
life, so like I don't ever feel like that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But like I understand it
yeah,
more than a lot of people do. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And I can see how the overly positive and the generous, because like I try to be, you know,
yeah,
it really strikes home, man.
yeah,
I'm getting chills and getting teary-eyed right now. I know we're not face to face. We're doing
yeah,
this over,
yeah. We're online, but I
over
see you on the, yeah,
like that. But it really strikes home. Like,
yeah,
I keep seeing all these outpouring of love for this man, and it's just like he had, he had enough people out there. I know probably not the home that he felt, you know what I mean? But then again, I don't know what was going through his head at that moment.
yeah. You're kind of
You're
breaking
dealing with
up,
the
so we might
most.
have to repeat what you just said.
Okay,
All right.
so I had what you call it, like we don't know what was going through his head in those final moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we don't know, like we don't know the level of the status of the divorce, even though supposedly his wife came out and was like they were working on things and they were together like the day, and she went downstairs and she came up and then she found him in the bathroom. But then there's talks of people hearing them fight and argue,
Yeah.
but then she tries to play it off like they were just having fun like they do, which I really don't believe at all. I'll be honest with you.
I feel
But
like
who am I?
yeah. I feel like
Who am I to
there's
judge?
more to it, and we just don't know. Like we didn't know it personally, but again, that's something that could cause depression. That's something that could cause someone to go to the end, and and also like just dealing with it and having busy life, and also him taking the responsibility of being a role model and all like that, and probably fucked with his psyche too. Like I don't like being divorced and like what that makes that me look like and things like that. But
Yeah.
in general, this is not a sad cast, so we want to highlight the positivity of what he brought to the table. Me and you growing up without a father figure and things like that, we always tend to go into these cartoons and TV shows and comic books and superheroes because those are the things that
Yeah.
gives us that positive influence. We
I mean, you
yeah,
look at all those, everything that you just
yeah,
mentioned, like in some aspect highlights that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it helps you through your times, and then you find out through life that you're not alone. You might feel like you're alone, and in all reality, there's a whole community of people that latch onto this
mm,
stuff. You know what I mean? It's
no,
it's like
that's a
going
good
to
hundred
Comic
percent.
Con. Like I went to Comic Con with my boy Jeremy, aka Sriracha, that I do the Popcorny podcast
Yeah,
with, and he was all nervous about going. I was like, bro, you're gonna feel more at home than you ever felt in your
yeah,
life because you are going to be in a place where there's a million of you.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like there's a community behind this. So
yeah.
like,
And there's a lot of positive influence like that. Why we carry on or always have these attachments to these characters is because those are those positive things that we found and that we relate to and that we could follow to and things like that. That's also helps what brings us together as a friend and connection as well. Me and you got cool because I was a dork and you were a dork. You saw me with comics, you saw me with this, and then we were like, oh shit. And
you were the first
yeah,
day I met you, you were watching Comic Book Men.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I was like, and then you're looking at my Harley Quinn
yeah, yeah,
Venom tattoo while I'm talking to you,
yeah.
and then and then I instantly knew. I'm like, yeah, I'm a comic geek, and you're like, yeah, me too. And then I realized your level of geekiness was like far, far past
Yeah,
mine. You know what I mean?
but
But
It
This
brings
is
people
Power
together.
Rangers is what brought
Yeah.
us together closer. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Power Rangers was, and also was the idea of being the MorphinCast was, and it was highly influenced by Tommy Oliver and the character that he played, Jason David Frank, is the fact that he's the goat of Power Rangers. Can't deny that.
He definitely is. You can't
Yeah,
deny it.
like I said,
It's confirmed.
he's the Batman of DC. He's the Spider-Man of Marvel. If you know one character from Power Rangers, you know Tommy.
And what upsets me is society. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they put Spider-Man and Batman so high up, but I know a lot of people that look down on Power Rangers like it's stupid. Like you like what you like. You
dig
know what
what
I
you
mean?
dig.
Exactly. Like Power Rangers is a lot more alive than fucking ever.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
I
Like
think
they
Power Rangers got a new life, especially because the Boom Studio comic and the Hasbro buying them out and trying to redo everything that they're trying to recreate everything. Um,
like I didn't even know the level of involvement that the Power Rangers was still going. Like, cause I fell off for so
yeah, yeah,
long, and I remember watching like a commercial. I was probably like in my 20s, you know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, Power Rangers is still going. That's super cool, you know what I mean? Because Power Rangers is a positive influence
yeah,
on children.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. And
Even still
realize,
to this day,
yeah,
watching it as an adult,
yeah,
it's cool to me. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Because even then, like we also gotta realize Power Rangers is made for kids. It's supposed to have spread positive messages. It's supposed to have those good messages for little kids and things like that. Have like share, be friends, don't judge people, things like that. They always had those messages and things like that into the series. So again, to keep that going and things like that, they're going on almost 30 years right now. So it's still going strong. I think it's stronger than ever. The comic book series I think is brought new life to it because if you want that maturity, that you want that darkness, you go to the comic. You don't even have to watch the show. Go to the comic book. The comic book is everything you want that you wanted on TV is in the comic.
Yeah, it's just on TV. It's meant for
Yeah,
kids on TV.
nah,
You know
hundred
what I mean?
percent. But
And I get that, and I'm all for that.
yeah.
But
So
I
going
just, you know,
good.
I just can't stand, people.
Yeah.
I vent out about that all the time. Don't tell me what to like.
I have a thing with that, and it goes into like I just said, dig what you dig. If you love what you do, you love what you like. Love what you like. Don't let no one say nothing else because nothing's right to that. There's
We
no
have a
right.
limited amount of time on this earth, man.
Yeah.
Find what you love
Yeah.
and surround yourself in it. You know.
Yeah. No one has a right. No one is right with what they like. Like you like what you like. Simple as that. It's right to you. It's not right. It don't have to be right to everybody. Um,
Exactly. There's people who love fucking heroin out there. You know what I mean?
they
Like,
collect everything of heroin.
you
They
know
got
what I mean?
they
Like,
got every single
do I,
every sort of
do
needle
I
just to have it.
do I judge you? Yeah, I fucking
Yeah,
do.
it's got you
But
killing it.
but I wish you
Yeah.
the best. You know what I mean?
Um,
That's neither here nor there. I just had to crack a
let's
little
get
joke.
into Tommy Oliver's history. So we met Tommy Oliver as the Green Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first season. Probably kicked
Which
off
you
one of the best continuation series television series of all time with the 6-part Green Ranger series.
well, let's travel just a second
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah.
What Jason David Frank was
Yeah.
originally supposed to play and what he was originally supposed to be in, which ushered the idea of him becoming the Green Ranger, which you're the one who put me onto that, is that he was supposed to be in VR Troopers.
No, so this is all right. So you're a little ahead. So when the White Ranger debuted, so when VR Troopers debuted during when the White Ranger started, Ryan
I thought VR
Steele.
Troopers was before Power Rangers.
Nah, so Ryan Steele was originally supposed to play Jason David Frank was supposed to play Ryan Steele, and
Okay.
and the guy that playing Ryan Steele was supposed to play the White Ranger. But
All
the
right. So
popularity, yeah,
I'm a little
yeah,
ahead then.
you're a little ahead. But
My bad. My bad.
but it's true, 100% true.
Yeah.
So the Green Ranger was introduced 6-part miniseries, probably one of the greatest, probably one of the top selling kids VHSs of all time because those 6
I
series.
still have two of them.
I have all
Two
6.
of them left over.
Yeah, I still
I
have all
had
6.
I had all 6,
And the karate
and
tape.
I still physically have the karate tape,
I
bro.
have the karate tape. Too.
I loved that karate tape so much when I was a kid. I literally spun in circles with a high kick
Yeah.
as much as I possibly could. But yeah, I still have surviving
Yeah.
two of them out of the 6.
And it's funny because me talking about this too. I met Jason David Frank when I was a kid. So during the Dare program that ran in my school, we actually had a visit from the Power Rangers. We got to meet them through there. I was one of the only boys online for Amy Jo Johnson, and then he laughed at it too. And it was like then I met Jason David Frank. I had my priorities when I was a kid.
I feel you.
But I got to meet them in my school. They came, they did the martial arts on the stage and stuff like that, and it was part of the Dare program. If you don't know what the Dare program is, like a drug, do not do drugs kind of shit that they used to run with schools. Just cops used to come to your school and treat you with everything. But
like Dare, drug
yeah.
abuse resistance education, which actually taught you what drugs look like. And that's it.
Pretty much. So sometimes it probably led you to what you love.
Which I actually think that's really, really cool that you got to experience that, because like I would have freaked out if I was a kid.
I almost cut school that day.
Yeah, that's like me playing. That's like me calling out of work when they filmed John Wick 3.
Yeah.
At Grand Central, and then I come back to work like, yo, you missed Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what? I would have freaked out. But
yeah,
I remember being a kid. It was the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like it like instantly hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Power Rangers. Like I don't remember like a rollout for it. I just remember it being on. You know what I mean? And everybody, it went like a wave.
Yeah.
And as soon as like the Green Ranger miniseries is like probably like in the 20s.
Yeah, it was like mid-season.
You know what I mean? Which is 55 episodes. I'm pretty sure the first season is.
Yeah, it's like in the beginning of the late teens to the 20s.
I'm pretty sure, it's somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But I just remember that happening, and like I'm like, holy fuck, like this is just cool as hell. You know what I mean? And there was a kid, and everybody can go and check out the very first MorphinCast. We've mentioned this before. This ain't our first time going through this, and how much I idolized the Green Ranger. But there was a guy that I went to school with who's the new kid in school. His name was Anthony Interiano.
Yeah.
And he looked like Rocky. He looked like him. You know what I mean? He had the same features and everything like that. So when he came, he was a big Power Ranger fan. So he was the Red Ranger and I was the Green Ranger. You know what I mean? It's like it was second grade. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was dirt poor, and everybody in my class was bringing in Power Ranger toys, and I was the only one with the Yellow Ranger because that's all my mother.
Oh damn!
You couldn't find that, but I was lying. That would have been funny. I was lying to everybody, like, yeah, I have every single one of them. I'm just not allowed to bring them in. I'm only allowed to bring this one in. You know what I mean? Like, try to play like I wasn't poor. You know what I mean? But I legitimately, I can right now, realistically, in my head, transport to that living room and watch that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a time machine. Yeah.
It brings you back memories, and I think that's why we always held the first one in high honors. Just the fact that 100% the first season is like all the nostalgia within that season. Maybe a little bit of season 2 as well, but I think the first season is all the nostalgia. Like the beginning of the dragon, like when we first see the Dragon Sword, the fucking the iconic trumpet noise that somehow he played the flute with no lips, with no mouth. It worked great.
Well, you know what I mean. Movie magic, baby. You know what I mean? Like,
it's magnetic.
How is he not falling off the head of the Dragon Zord while the Dragon Zord's fighting?
Suction cups.
Know what I mean? Like,
suction cups on
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
But
like the cultural impact of the Green Ranger it literally wowed everybody.
Yeah. It was
the definitive 90s.
He was the bad guy of a good team, and he looked like the good guys, and that was like probably unique at that time. I've never seen it when I was a kid, like something like that, and then that coming in and then him becoming good. I always liked him more as the bad guy than the good guy. I thought he got nerfed. He got nerfed when he became good.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
and that was such a cliche. There was such cliche episodes as time went by,
Yeah,
where he always ended up becoming evil again, just for like a couple episodes.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just to
Like
bring that back.
he always, yeah. But I mean, it just like I felt like they were just dying out of like storyline and stuff
Yeah,
like that. So it was like it was easy to do it. I get it. He was evil. He was the White Ranger. He was
yeah,
evil when he's Ninja Ranger. He was evil when he was the Red Ranger. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like even in the movie.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was.
They just wanted that laugh in
Yeah.
the episode.
Ah
But yeah, he
man,
was iconic in the show, and I think he was a great character. First character with a love interest, first character to actually have a kiss on Power Rangers, things like
oh
that.
my
It
god!
was,
But
yeah,
he got shitted on so bad.
yeah.
Like she left. She left to go do gymnastics
Got
in
a
Florida.
Dear John letter.
A Dear John letter. She left him for a gymnastics instructor.
You know what bothers me? You could teleport.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just thought about
I'm just
this right
saying.
now. He
You
could have visited her every single day of his life.
Oh,
But
Zordon Republic,
but
you're not using it
the
correctly.
rule, yeah, Zordon, do not use your powers for personal gain. You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
personal gain.
Okay,
Just
then
make
why
sure
do
my
you
friend
creep
is
on
good.
people while they sleeping?
Yeah,
Why did he creeping on people while they sleeping? You know what I mean?
exactly.
I'm pretty sure he
A
was
hypocrite.
monitoring Jason while he was having nightmares,
Yeah.
right?
He's a hypocrite. That's why.
Oh,
Big ass
yeah,
fucking
fuck
two-faced
Zordon.
hypocrite. Anyway,
That's why we always say fuck Zordon,
Yeah.
because he did shit. He did nothing.
that just occurred to me too. It was like y'all could teleport. Y'all could assault. Y'all could have made it work. Y'all just
Yeah,
wanted
he
to
could have
work.
went every weekend.
But then he got Cat right after too. Then Cat,
Yeah,
you know for a fact there was no denying that.
well, in the future, from
Yeah,
what
he marries
was
her.
told by the story, they marry and have a kid,
Yeah.
and the kid ends up becoming a Power
Yeah,
Ranger.
he's SPD Ranger.
Yeah.
So we out. So we move on. We have the evil Green Ranger. Then he becomes good. He lasts about the second season, the beginning, because again they didn't have enough Sensei footage to keep him on, and then when they did keep him on, he had a really shitty fucking shield. Sorry, Tommy.
Oh my lord. It was you knew it.
Yeah.
And I just mentioned this the other day. Like I posted, everybody go on to if you got Facebook, go to Facebook, go to the Red Cyclone Inc. page. I posted a photo of who's the better Red Ranger, and it's like when you see Jason, every time that his helmet was off,
Yeah.
it was like loose and baggy clothes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then every time you saw the Green Ranger with his helmet off, it was that flimsy ass thing. Like you knew something was off. Like they tried to cover it.
Yeah.
We weren't stupid as kids. It was like, yo, there's something weird about that.
Like I knew that shit when I was a kid. I was like, that's weird. I don't like that suit.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
And the thing that always got me was the helmets and the hair.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
how can you put all that hair in, right? And then when you take the helmet off, your hair's not messed up.
Oh, it's fucked up. Trust me, I lived it.
I believe you.
My hair.
I don't even have hair like that, and I put my Lord Zed helmet on,
and
which
the
I
thing,
just recently got.
and the thing is, when you actually put the helmet on, you have a hood. You put a hood on, and then you lock the helmet on.
Yeah.
So there's a hood over your head, so your hair is all fizzy afterwards.
So it's probably you're hearing impaired as well.
Not really. I was able to hear enough, good enough, at least. You had to talk
Well,
loud.
if you were an actual Power Ranger, I'm pretty sure like
It was really
you
hot.
got some type of
People-
walkie-talkie system going on.
People kept trying to grab my gun. The gun I had. I had the blaster and the
Did the
holster.
Green Ranger have a gun?
So he had the pocket for the holster, and then he had the dagger part.
Yeah, 'cause
He never used it, though.
I don't ever recall him using a gun.
The Sentai he used it once, but that was it. He always used the
Well,
dagger.
the Sentai's a completely different character.
So there was footage of him using it. That's the reason why I say there's footage of him using the gun. Like he didn't have it. He always came with it though too. So again, we go to season 1, season 2. He came in. Then he started losing his powers. The Green Candle was also an important episode. This is when he lost his powers, but he had a nice, awesome ending towards that. And then he
Yeah, he
went away.
sacrificed himself.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself, and then he went away.
Yeah, and it's funny because you're like, and he went away. Where the fuck did he go?
To
You
VR
go to school.
Trooperland.
You go to school with these kids, and they just completely eliminated him out of the series. And then I remember it was like the finale.
Yeah.
And then he comes walking through, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, congratulations, guys. Like, I was one of yous. Like, why wasn't they hanging out with him anymore? You know what I mean? Like, you lost all the powers, and like, you're out of the cool kid club, buddy.
Don't sit with us no more. You lost your powers.
Yeah.
We didn't lose
You're not
your
allowed.
powers.
You're not allowed at the juice bar no more. You're not allowed to train with kids no more. Like, that pisses me off, and I didn't realize that until later as an adult.
Yeah.
Like, how messed up that is. You know what I mean? Because he could have helped him out in so many levels. He could have been in the command center, helping Alpha out, instead of Alpha being a slave to fucking Zordon.
Man,
You know
Billy
what I
would have
mean?
kicked him out.
Yeah, but Billy had the fight also at the same time.
Billy would have been like, yo, don't be touching my machines. That's my gig.
But it wasn't even his machines.
Yeah.
It was Alpha's machines.
We go to the ending of season 2, beginning of season 3. We get introduced to his next character, which was the White Ranger, which the history of that you were mentioning earlier. Originally, Jason David Frank was supposed to be the leader, Ryan Steele, of VR Troopers. The actor that was played Ryan Steele was supposed to be the White Ranger. That was supposed to be a new character completely. But kids, parents, everyone was disappointed that Tommy was gone from the series, and they wanted to bring him back. He was probably one of the most popular characters in the series, so instead of doing that, they brought him back as the White Ranger. Which, I'm happy, because VR Troopers sucked.
You know, I'm still gonna make you watch that show.
Yeah, we'll watch it eventually.
We have to do it because eventually at the we still got like 2 more years worth of stuff that we have to get through.
You know what we should probably do? I gotta see how I can set it up. We should do it as a viewing party kind of thing, as us watching it with the viewers and talking shit and going through at least like maybe 5 episodes.
Well, the only problem with that is that anything that is aired, I don't think we could do the whole thing.
You're not gonna
because you only have segments. You're only allowed like a certain amount of time.
So as long as the episode is not the focal point of the video, you can have it playing in the background.
Okay.
So you can actually describe
a video of us watching it and then be in the background.
Yeah. So you can have things hit and things like that. That's an idea of it, and probably be a funnier way to watch that instead of us going through it normally. But
I mean, I'm 100% down with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like when we podcast, ladies and gentlemen out there in podcast land, we drink a certain amount of alcohol while we do it, and you know what I mean? We always venture off and do a whole bunch of stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This would be funny, us being drunk, fucking bashing the shit out of it or saying what we like about it. I actually like that idea.
I think we're gonna have a lot to say about the talking dog, and that's something that I will say about that.
You know what I mean? And that'll be good for a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
that's
and
an idea.
TikTok.
Yeah, and then if we do that and we do one episode and see how it goes, we could probably do that with like Beetleborgs and maybe even the Sentai Beetleborgs and the Sentai version of VR Troopers and things like that. So that's an idea, and that's a way that it could be fun, but not having to go through everything. But we could go through, like, maybe we'll look up the top 10 episodes of this series and that series, and we could go through that.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch it on my own time then, because I do want to see the show, because what they could have done was Saban owned it. So
yeah, but it wasn't produced by Fox, and that was the thing. So VR Troopers was showing like on Channel 11 or something like that. I think WB bought the rights to that and because they wanted their version of Power Rangers, so that's why they was trying to get Jason David Frank over there. Because
what could have been dope was that he could have ventured off onto his own show as Tommy Oliver.
Yeah.
You know, the VR Trooper. You know what I mean? Like, and he could have kept him alive that
It could
way.
have been a
But
team up and
I,
all that stuff. There's a lot of potential.
but what they did with the White Ranger is one of the only things that I actually like that Zordon did, because Zordon. So, in all reality, yes, the Green Ranger is probably the most loved
He's the
Tommy
most
Oliver
popular.
character,
Yeah.
most popular. But in all reality, the White Ranger is the strongest, besides Lord Drakon, of
Yeah.
course. You know what I mean? He is the strongest character out of them all because he was made out of pure Zordon power.
He was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how much weight that holds. You know what I mean? Like how much power, but it's pure. You know, it's a pure form, and I remember those scenes of it, and like who is it gonna be? You know what I mean?
So.
And when they opened, when he took it off, and it was
Yeah.
him, bro. I know the ratings went through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, it brought him back, and it brought popularity back to the show. And then also you had the exit of Jason and Trini and Zach at the moment as well.
Yeah.
But
Which I understand
yeah,
what they were fighting for. I don't approve of them getting fired,
yeah,
but I understand because
Yeah.
filming 50 something episodes, you know what I mean? That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like in their early 20s
Yeah.
doing this stuff, you know what I mean?
yeah. So we got introduced to the White Ranger, the White Tiger, and we got the Falcon Zord and all that stuff throughout the series and whatnot. But this was a different suit. This was a suit from Dire Rangers, which again we've been going through the Sentai, so we kind of know where things are coming from now. So we're educated on this thing now because we know where everything comes from. So I was really sad that when I found out that this was a Dire Ranger suit, and then so I knew about Dire Ranger when I was a kid because my friend used to get these Japanese magazines about the Sentais and stuff like that. He used to show me, and he showed me the White Ranger and what it's gonna look like, and he was like, "Yo, where are these?" And then those were the Dire Rangers. I was like, "Damn, we could have got those suits. Damn, those suits are gold."
Yeah.
To this day, I love
Yeah,
those
I
suits.
agree.
But yeah, we got introduced to White Ranger. It was a whole different. Brought back Tommy. It was a very positive series and stuff like that. And then he goes on, and then the next series was Zeo, and he finally becomes a Red Ranger. So he has his legacy
Yeah.
now as a Red Ranger.
And Zeo. Yeah, finally, because Red has always symbolized the leader.
Yeah.
Of the Power Rangers. You know what I mean?
So he got two versions of the Red Ranger.
And I think one of the dopest episodes is when they brought back Jason as the Gold Ranger, and he acknowledged the leadership of Tommy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that was a very humbling moment in Power Ranger history. You know what I mean? Because Jason, Austin St. John, has a very big ego.
Yeah.
About being the Red Ranger.
So the thing I said about Jason David Frank of meeting your heroes when you're a kid, he's the opposite of when you meet the heroes.
Yeah.
He was kind of a douchebag.
Bro, like, I didn't want, like, I walked past him.
Yeah.
And I was just happy to see him, and I was like, okay, that's enough. I'm not paying to meet you because I watched what you do, buddy. You know what I mean? Like,
I think if I had the opportunity, I would get the Red and Gold Ranger signed.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
I would do that, but he would probably charge you at the ass.
Yeah,
to
that's
do
true.
It.
Like, I know how much is that going to go up.
He literally. Now I don't want to bash him because, like, I understand it's all the money thing. You know what I mean? Who knows what his financial situation is now that he's facing fucking 30 years in prison.
Yeah.
But on his website, now I'm just going to do a quick unplug. On the Popcorny podcast, we have a knack for unplugging stuff because certain things piss us off in life, and we have to vent it out. And what other platform do we do besides our own media? But what he did was he goes on live a lot and does a lot of live stuff, and he's like, yo, I got all these things, all these products, go on to Austin St. John, this website. He's like, I'm selling the figures, you know what I mean? For a little bit extra money, I can sign it for you. I'm like, bro, why don't you just fucking sign it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
why you have
why
it?
The hell do I want to pay a marked up pop? He marks up the pop of the Red Ranger. I can go to GameStop and buy that shit for regular price, bro.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to your website to buy it for more money and then get charged $50 more for you to sign the fucking thing. How about you just sign it and just charge people one price and that's it? You know what I mean? Like, once he did that, I'm like, yo, bro, you're done. That's why I always turn to that episode in Zio. Like, it even came out of your mouth that Tommy Oliver is better than you, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, it was epic. Yeah. Epic times. Actually, I didn't really watch too much Zio as a kid, so...
Zio was cool. Again, we went through everything. The moment... The second year we knew each other, we started going through these series.
Yeah. And we crammed a lot in a very short amount of time. But everybody go and check out all those podcasts on Red Cyclone Inc. On Spotify and all the other platforms that they're on.
Yep.
SoundCloud has the original ones though.
Yeah, they have everything. We also have the movies that introduce and going to Turbo. We have the Turbo movie, but we also got the first Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie, the first blockbuster movie that he starred in. And to this day, I say it's a cult classic. It's a classic to me because to us because we were just fans of it. As cheesy as we thought the movie was, it was still enjoyable.
The only thing that's cheesy about the movie is the CG. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the infancy of the CG and how Ivan Ooze got killed, you know what I mean? Like the movie's actually pretty badass. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it really is. I mean, it's dated for the time. What was it? 1996.
Yeah. And it did a lot of intro sticks and shit like that with the one-liners and things like that.
Yeah.
It did that, and then we go.
But that's classic cliche.
Yeah, 100%. And then we go to Turbo, the Power Ranger movie, which he also becomes the Red Ranger in that as well. So he has 2 Red Rangers under his belt.
That he does.
Then he leaves.
I watched that in the movie theaters, and I remember watching it, and I was like, damn, I might get back into the Power Rangers. You know what I mean?
And then we go further down the line. This was even before, so we go so be 1, 2
Wild Force.
So that'll be 7 seasons later. He returns as Tommy Oliver as the Red Ranger for Forever Red.
Yes. And Jason David Franks Austin St. John reprised his role as the Red Ranger. It was this is the Forever Red episode, which is probably one of the best episodes of that series.
It was the 10th anniversary of Power Rangers, and that was their anniversary episode, and they brought all the Red Rangers from that time period back, and they fought the Beetleborgs.
Yeah, well, a form of them. Yeah,
form of the Beetleborgs. Yeah, but But it was a really dope episode. It was probably the first of its kind of us watching Power Rangers to get all these guys teaming up again. It was really dope, and it led into further team ups down the road.
And also in that episode, they praised Tommy Oliver as the greatest Ranger ever. Yeah. That was the first time that a collective unit of Power Rangers together came, like that impact is crazy. But then that walk-off scene when Tommy Oliver leaves and Cole is sitting there and he's like, wow, he really is the greatest Ranger.
Then we go 2 more seasons, and then he returns for a full season. Well, for the most part, a full season.
His voice is in the full season.
We get introduced to Tommy Oliver, the teacher, in Dino Thunder. And I actually really, this is probably one of our top 10 Ranger series and stuff like that, maybe even top 5. But bringing back Tommy Oliver as a teacher, as the mentor, and things like that, I always thought that was genius. I always liked his character I even liked the black suit. So I was very happy to see him back in that element, but also as the mentor.
Yeah, what was the best about that series is that he made them sit down and watch, because the 500th episode of Power Rangers, he made them sit down and watch the history of the Rangers, which shows that it all blends in. You know what I mean? Like it all ties in together. It's not just, it's different universes sort of in a way, but it's all one. It's all one
Yeah.
family. You know what I mean? And this is now him looking adultish. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he cut his hair off.
Yeah.
He's got short hair and stuff like that. And I remember specifically when I met him at Comic-Con. He I went with my ex-girlfriend and her son, and she was ecstatic to see him because she loved him as a kid as well.
Yeah.
And she put it, like, before I even met her, like, she watched the Power Rangers and stuff, and she watched it with her son.
Yeah.
And when he met him, he was like, he's like, yo, no, he's like, it's really me. Don't worry about it. I know I look a lot older. I don't have my hair, and I'm covered in tattoos, but I am him. Like, I thought that was, like, really funny.
Yeah. We go on to the legendary war, which was in Super Mega Force, and that was the next time he returned as the Green Ranger.
And we got a better shield this time.
That was a dope suit. Yes.
It was. The only problem is, I'm a big fan of the darkness, of the shadedness of the Sentai footage.
Yeah.
So it was a little too milky of a green for me.
Yeah.
But overall, it was super dope. You know what I mean?
So during that time of the Legendary War, we got some like little spin-off things by Bat and the Sun, which I want to shout them out because they also have the legendary.
Oh man, I totally even forgot about that.
The Legend of the White Dragon, which I'm excited to see, and I'm hoping it does get like a special feature in theaters and things like that. Definitely will support. But they're looking to release this next year, so keep an eye on that.
But before they did the Legend of the White Dragon,
yeah, superhero beatdowns.
He was a member of the superhero beatdowns where he reprised the role of the Green Ranger, and that might be the best Green Ranger suit.
Yeah, that was
and
really dope.
He fought Ryu, and then he also went up against Scorpion as the White Ranger.
Yes, so he did it twice,
which I thought was amazing.
I love those.
At that time.
I love those.
And I remember specifically, this was like 2010, 2011 when this happened. And instantly, I rewatched the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers immediately after seeing that.
Yeah.
And it was on Netflix at the time, so.
Yeah, actually, no, that happened later than that.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 2011 because I was living, or 2012, 2012. Yeah, 2012. Because I was living in Bayshore, Long Island at the time, and we were watching it, and that's when it all first came out. You know what I mean?
No, it was not. It was 2013.
Well, I'm in the same time frame.
Yeah, it's 2013. Because I remember us seeing this at work.
Well, I remember watching it at the house, and remember, I started Metro North in October.
Yeah,
I moved out of that house in December.
Yeah.
Of 2013. So.
Yeah, so 2013.
I thought Superpower Beatdowns were the coolest things ever.
And then the Green Ranger and Green Ranger and Ryu was 2015. It was 2 years later. Those were dope. And then also he spun off a reality show on also superhero on Bat and the Sun.
My Morphin Life?
Yeah, and it was cool as well. So he did a lot of side projects and things like that. I'll shout out his little skit in at Family Matters. He got beat up by the Bruce Lee Steve Urkel.
Yeah, he had a beard. He had like facial hair in that.
Yeah, I remember him
he was like the Doug that was beating kids up at the park.
I remember him being an overly horny dude in Undress on MTV.
Oh my bro! I was gonna mention that. Yeah, I remember him sitting on a couch. Like specifically, he was sitting on a couch. I remember that. And that was the first time that I saw him outside the Power Rangers.
Yeah. And then going into the further one, we also got the return again, but this time he returned at it was Dino Charge. Yes, Dino Charge. And this was when he had the power, the morpher, I forgot what it's called. The one that he could change to all the Rangers.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
That's Super Mega Force, right?
No, Super Mega Force. No, it was later on. It was Dino. It was Dino Charge.
Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge. This is too much. It's too much out there. I just know that the Green Ranger came back, but it wasn't him.
Yeah.
It was the guy that was able to transform into all of them, which is like AKA Red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of in a way.
No, he came back as the Red Green Ranger. He was able to change into all the Rangers.
Are you talking about when they brought back like Wes and they brought back Rocky and they
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
back Cat?
Ninja Steel. It was Super
That
Ninja
was
Steel.
one
My
of the
fault.
that was one of the last. That was yeah, I think that was Ninja Steel.
Ninja Steel. Yeah, I'm reading it right now. He had the Master Morpher. That's what I mean. When he was able to change into the bunch of rest. So they was trying to make clones of everyone, and they had like most of the Ranger bodies and stuff like that. I don't know why they wanted to clone Steve Cardenas. I don't understand that.
Again. We got an evil Green Ranger again.
Yeah. I don't understand why they want to clone Steve Cardenas. I think that's what fucked up the machine more than anything.
That and Cat, to be honest with you. Because I
But we
remember
also
Johnny
got
Young Bosch too, right?
yeah. So we also got the Return of the Green Ranger, but he also had a Master Morpher, which I like the fact they brought the Master Morpher because that debuted on the Soul of the Dragon comic book on Boom Studios. That's the one that has him as the older Tommy Oliver, and he has a son that's in SPD and shit. So that's the series where that debuted, the Master Morpher, because he was able to change into every single one.
Well, eventually I'm gonna be diving down into.
It's really good. I read it. It's so good. So yeah, that was his last appearance in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. After that, he kind of said his piece with Power Rangers. He always gonna love it. He's always a supporter, but his focus was on the White Dragon, and that's where pretty much was his last production.
He had one little small cameo in the rebooted movie.
Yes, he did. He did it with Amy Jo Johnson.
Yes, and he was the only one asked to come.
Yeah.
And then Amy Jo Johnson kind of just snuck on.
Yeah.
On set. But I would have loved to have seen what that movie did with the female evil Green Ranger.
Yeah, there was potential to that movie.
We saw how that ended.
There was potential to that movie. 100% there was potential for a sequel. There was potential in that movie. There's things I would change, but other than that, I enjoyed that movie. I thought the characteristics of the characters and all that stuff.
I was just truly disappointed in Goldar. That's probably about it.
Goldar, I wasn't that crazy about the suits. I was not crazy about like, I liked the Ritas. Yeah, Goldar. I think Goldar was the issue. I didn't like the
Morpher too. Like, the toy line was trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could see why it failed.
Yeah.
But what they could have ended up doing was, in the second movie, usher in, like, sort of what they did in, like, the Brady Bunch movie in the 90s, where they had little small roles of the original cast.
Yeah.
But they played different people. Like, they weren't them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they could have brought the Power Rangers in like small little roles. Like, Tommy could have been a teacher, and Kim could have been like a reporter, and you know what I mean? Like, it could. There was so much potential.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Banks did an amazing job.
I loved her as Rita. I thought it was great. She was great.
She should have won an Academy Award for that role because she felt really demonic and evil, and she really shined in her acting ability. Like, Hunger Games was really the movie that really showed me that she has range with acting, and not Zack and Miri Make a Porno and 40-Year-Old Virgin and all those movies. You know what I mean? Like, she really shined as an actress. Like, that woman is very talented, and I was very intrigued to see.
Yeah.
Because she got knocked to the moon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it was so much stuff, but that's neither here nor there. That's dead in the water now, and coulda, woulda, shoulda.
So, we going, and I just want to put something with Tommy Oliver, and what's your favorite thing? So, what is your favorite figure of Tommy Oliver? Your favorite? You could say your top 5 items that you got in your collection of Tommy.
Well, I'm gonna put the Dragon Dagger and Saba into one.
Okay.
I love that, but
yeah, that's fine.
If I had, because I got a lot of Green Ranger stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean that's not top, but I don't really have an order, but
just 5.
My Lord Drakon Phase 3.
Yeah,
Evo.
that's one of mine. Yeah.
I think that's amazing with the seat, the
Yeah.
throne, and all the shattered helmets on the ground. I think that's phenomenal. My original Bandai Green Ranger.
Yep.
I mean White Ranger,
The White
because he
Ranger.
didn't have a Green Ranger.
There was a
Pretty
Green
sure
Ranger.
he
He
didn't
only
have.
came with the Zord though.
Oh yeah.
He came with Red Dragon
I
Zord.
remember that.
I have that.
Uh, so it would be it would definitely be the Dragon Dagger. It would be Saba, the white original Bandai, and I also loved Bandai came out with a protective cased commemorative flip head.
Okay. Oh yeah, they brought them
I
back, right?
Yeah, but they only brought it back the Red Ranger, Green Ranger, and Pink Ranger. They
Yeah.
didn't make any other ones. I love that. Trying to think. Like my toy room's right on the other opposite side. I could just walk in there, but
Yeah.
I and I will say my signed picture
Okay. Cool.
of when I met him at Comic-Con,
Nice.
which now I'm going to frame.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
As you should.
It's him in the Green Ranger suit with the helmet off, saying to Tommy, my friend,
Yeah.
thank you for the gift. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I think that is probably my grail. I think that's my
Nice.
grail.
My number one, and
Which ain't a figure, but it's a picture, you know?
yeah, my number one thing I have, it honestly, sadly, is in a box because it's too big to be out, is the actual helmet. So when I did the Comic-Con with him and did the sign, my homegirl actually made the helmet, and she fucking made it. Like, she has like the molds and shit, and it was crazy. So she showed me the process. I was like, God damn, that's a lot. But he signed it and wrote a message inside on the helmet for me, and that was my grade. I have it protective in the glass, but I gotta put it somewhere. My other thing I was definitely say is the Lord Draken. That's probably one of my favorite figures. I want to take
It's
it
a
out so
beautiful
badly,
figure.
but it looks so dope in that box too. So I just leave it as it is.
I might buy another one
Yeah. Um,
just to do that.
I will say.
I have an open figure Lord Drakon, but it's one of the earlier forms.
Yeah. Yeah. You opened it with your niece.
Yeah, my niece. I bought
Yeah.
my niece these as we went. So.
I have the original Dragon Zord with Green Ranger of the Bandai figures. That's probably one of my holy grails, and that's also one of my original figures. So, and it's still in amazing condition. So I took very care of that.
Last time I went to Time Warp. Shouts out to them. They had a sealed box of that, and I was gonna buy it. It was like $250. It's like $250.
They go for a lot.
Yeah, but now it's probably
even more. They're like, you should have bought it when you had the chance.
Yeah, well, who knew?
And then my last one, I will say, honestly, it was the last Green Ranger figure that came out with that has this face with the bandana on his head. Because that's the Green Ranger that we all know, and then the title screen and stuff like that. That's the Green Ranger you see. I'll say I'm very fond of that figure. That's actually one I wanted to open as well because I like that version of Tommy.
Yeah. Do you think Hasbro's going to come out with a commemorative toy line for him, like in honor of him?
I could see it. There's still potential there, depending on where their family is with it and things like that. That's the whole thing. Is the next?
I mean, they came out with a Dio one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what Tommy Oliver didn't we get so far?
Well, we just got announced the black one is coming. So the only one I don't think we have is Turbo.
Yeah, Turbo.
They haven't done no Turbo besides Blue Centurion.
But then TJ probably fucking takes that. I hope they don't make a TJ.
Well, they have a TJ already.
Yeah.
But they have a Turbo TJ. They just the only Turbo so far is Blue Centurion.
See, like I really hope they come out with like a commemorative, like in memory. I just don't know if they will due to the circumstances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if his family wants them to continue doing that. You know what I mean? It might hurt too much. But hopefully us as fans, you know, and family in the community of Power Ranger love and fandom and stuff like that. Like, I'm happy that we've collected what we've collected and we have like every single one. You know what I mean? Because they're now price gouging these fucking things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it drives me crazy.
And the sad thing is, me and you are contemplating not collecting these anymore. It's just like,
I'm gonna write them a letter. Like
right.
you totally ruined.
Yeah.
I just got the Chung-Li Power Ranger in,
Yeah.
and I opened the box and I put it back in the box.
Yeah.
I was disgusted with it. It looks too cheesy. It looks like Mattel Play School type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because me and you have been heavy collectors in this world.
Yeah, we started from
and
day
now,
one. Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't want it no more.
There's a lot of disappointing stuff that coming out. I would definitely get the Black Ranger because that's like the last figure they're making of him, of the Dino Charge, but Dino Thunder. But other than that, I'm not like I will catch them on sale. I'm not in a rush. I did pre-order the Alien Rangers, just because those big box ones usually fucking are hard to find.
Yeah.
Because the Psycho Rangers are way up high now, so I usually just get those.
Yeah, well, those Psycho Rangers is ridiculous, and I was going to take the plunge, but there's other things that I want to kind of buy out there now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you got the single versions of them.
Yeah. Some of them. The single version, I got the green, I got the silver.
You got red.
And I got red.
Yeah.
I actually got two reds. I got a single red, and then I got the red one with the green. Red one with the red Lost Galaxy as well. But me and you specifically collect specific things. Like I collect Joker stuff. You know what I mean? I collect Power Ranger stuff. But now, like, I'm going to go. Like, my two main focuses are going to be three: Joker, Harley Quinn, and officially like Tommy Oliver stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What I mean? Green Ranger, White, and like forever, I'm going to have a treasure trove.
Yeah.
Of all this.
Yeah. So.
I obviously collect the Batman stuff, but.
Yeah, I had to buy the fucking Kevin Conroy, the Batman animated series thing.
I actually just bought that.
As we were talking about it.
Conroy one. I bought that Kevin Conroy one. For Jeremy. I
think I bought it while we were casting about it.
Shouts out to my brother who's here right now in the background.
Yeah. All right.
He was me and him growing up was very big fans. All I know is that within a 2-week span, my entire childhood died, and it's very sad.
It's really tough. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Also, shout out to the Foot Soldier Tommy that's with Raphael. I actually really like that Foot Soldier Tommy.
Oh yeah, no, that one's dope,
really cool.
I totally forgot that even existed, but I do own it. Yeah. So.
All right. Last but not least, it's a sad thing that we lost him the way we did. Check on people. Tell them you love them. Yeah. Don't be ashamed to say so, because it might be the last time you actually get to say it.
One of the saddest things in this world is that men don't know how to really open up and express emotions and feelings. You know, men need to start doing that. You know what I mean? We need to be more verbal. Mental illness is real. Depression is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Reach out, call somebody. You never know. And I say this on the Popcorny podcast all the times. Like, reach out, call somebody. You never know what that phone call could do.
No.
You know what I mean? You never know when's your last time talking with somebody. It's like, call out to your loved ones. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we're only here for one short time. In a blink of an eye, it's here and it's gone. So treasure every single moment.
I agree.
Like what you like, love what you like.
Dig what you dig. Know what I mean? Don't let no one take that away from you.
Fandom is real. Yeah. You know what I mean? Power Rangers is live and forever. Jason David Frank, thank you for what you have done for me in my life. Thank you for what you've done in my adulthood.
Yeah.
It's sad that you had to go out the way you did, but I don't judge you for it.
Yeah.
I really don't. And I love you.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jason David Frank, and a lot of love to you and for what you brought out to my childhood. And it was hard. It was hard to see it, and also having the time to actually meet you and actually talk to you and actually have a great conversation with him. It was a great thing.
One of the greatest things that I got to enjoy as an adult was the bonding of Power Rangers with my niece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That also amped up the love seeing her watch it and love it. And I have an ongoing bet with her that she owes me $3 when she turns 10 years old. If she doesn't like Power Rangers, she owes me $3. And she said, like, I'm going to like them, Uncle Tom Tom. And I
I'm
was like,
coming. I'm coming to collect.
I'm like, I'm coming for that
You better
$3,
have my
kid.
$3.
But yes, thank you
Yeah.
again, Jason, David, Frank.
Yeah, and
You
then
will be missed
also,
very much.
100%, this cast brought a brotherhood together, and while a lot of it is
Yeah,
because
a
of Jason David
lifetime
Frank,
bond.
and
Yeah,
we thank you
1,000%,
for
man.
that.
And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yep. So we'll wrap this up, and we're gonna have some Green Ranger trumpet music in the front and the back. So shout outs to Mike, our producer, to get that going.
Always
Um,
shouts out to Louis Beans.
yes, shouts out to Louis Beans, Mike. So we'll wrap this up. I am Mark the Mike. That's Tenacious T with the man with many names. Follow me
Yep.
on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, or Mark the Mike. Follow Red Cycling Inc. on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and WordPress. Also follow Tenacious T.
Yes, you can follow me at Tenacious TRC Inc. at on Twitter. I'm never on it. If you do decide to hit me up, I don't really have anybody following me, so none of you guys fucking care. So I don't care about my Twitter as well. You can follow me on my own personal Instagram, the Real Totsku Wop. You can also follow, check out my Popcorny podcast to do with my boy Sriracha. The Mike is an avid personality in it, whether he's there in the physical, whether he's there mentoring, whether he's part of the COC, the cook, as they like to say it. You can find that podcast at on SoundCloud and Spotify under the Popcorny podcast. Also, check out the Popcorny 1975 TikTok page with the newest member of the Popcorny family, Straw Hat TY, Tyler. Shouts out to him. It's actually his birthday today.
Yep.
Love you, brother. Check out his Instagram page. Check out, follow Sriracha at J Paul Fitness. Always a shouts out to Game On, retro video game store based out of Long Island, 3 separate locations. One in Smithtown, one in Patchogue, one in Miller Place, satisfying all your retro video game needs. Also opened up and just signed a new year lease over in Lake Grove, Smith Haven Mall, the Game On retro video game arcade. Also, go and check out Time Warp and Retro Relics right down the block from Smith Haven Mall. Yeah, that's about that.
All right. Peace out, laters, and always remember.